Paranormal 60 News crew. I hope this email finds you well. I want to share my life's extraordinary journey with you, starting from a crashed aircraft in 1968 when I was just 5 years old, a small debris field near my home that was quickly covered up. In the summer of 1970, a local weather report spoke of heat lightning, a storm with no rain. I witnessed this phenomena from a neighbor's rooftop. The lightning localized to the ground, not the sky. 2 weeks later at 6 p.m., my mother asked me to fetch my sisters for dinner. Walking up my dead-end street, I found them staring at a glowing saucer with a tripod adorned with red, yellow, and green flashing lights. 2 hours of missing time followed as darkness enveloped me, pushing me home to find my family watching Carol Burnett at 8:05 p.m. The next day brought a bad bout of chickenpox, leading to homeschooling for second grade. Cleared up and into the third grade, a new vice principal identified something special in me. This led to participation in an after-school program where mysterious men in black suits introduced me to a device resembling an eye examination test. Months later, my mentor Gary hinted at a PBS feature, and my mother signed papers for my involvement. A year passed, and I transformed from a skinny kid into a heavier one. Playing football with friends showcased my newfound ability to control my density. Despite this, bullying persisted, and at 16, I decided to leave school. Between ages 13 to 22, I worked at a sanitation department before joining Westinghouse Defense. Nights brought diagrams revealing how people could be viewed through television sets. Jobs changed, leading me to become a modular furniture installation expert. And in an alternate universe, I envisioned a career as a professional wrestler. But in reality, a drug overdose led me to a near-death experience. Later, a heroin cocaine addiction and a massive stroke marked significant challenges. During my hospital stay, a spiritual rebirth occurred. Genetic memories surfaced, mirroring ancient times. UFO experiences, empathetic abilities, and cannabis use followed, prompting me to document my journey on the YouTube channel Cosmic Joe Chronicles. Before my stroke, I encountered 3 nouveau tech books in government and CEO offices. Post-stroke, I received letters urging me to buy them. These books delve into human nature, mystic-minded versus cosmic-minded consciousness, and being one's own authority. Thus, I am Cosmic Joe, part mystic, part cosmic, torn between dimensions. I face decisions, conform to the Neo-Think Society for prosperity, or remain true to myself. As a poet, I plan to overcome roadblocks and share my stories through my Neo-Think manuscripts. With better income, I hope to support you through Super Chats. Well, thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate that. I encourage you to take a moment to skim my videos on Cosmic Joe Chronicles and discover the lessons I've learned. Sincerely yours, Joseph White, a.k.a. Cosmic Joe Chronicles on YouTube. And Cosmic Joe is often part of our live audience here in our chat, and I hope if you're here tonight, I can't vacillate back and forth between them as I'm doing all the reading. But Joe, thank you very much for opening up and sharing with me and allowing that in. You bring up an interesting element about being bullied. And it seems the more people I talk to, the more people that are really heavily into the paranormal, like myself and you, Cosmic Joe, all dealt with a form of bullying, whether it be home or school or maybe a mixture of both. I'm just wondering how many people out there that are so drawn to this field do so because we're truly looking for a purpose. We're trying to make sense of this chaotic universe around us because of abuse that we've suffered. Abuse we've suffered at the hands of others, and perhaps the abuse we've suffered at our own hands and thoughts, right? The way that we drag ourselves down and make ourselves feel. So it's interesting. I'm curious if many of you out there feel this, or am I humanizing it too much to myself? If you have like a deep, deep passion for the paranormal, read and watch everything, listen to everything you can find on it, write to me and tell me a little bit about your background. I won't read it on the air unless you ask me to or there's a story involved. But do that, please. Dave at paranormal60.com, because I'd love to hear your input and insights on this.